Did you know that Alex Ovechkin was drafted by the Florida Panthers? Well, technically not, but also technically yes. The year is 2003 and the NHL is gearing up for what would be a star-studded entry draft, including names like Marc-Andre Fleury, Eric Staal, and Zach Parise. Now enter Alexander Ovechkin. At the time, Ovechkin was the consensus top hockey prospect in the world, but he wasn't projected to be selected until the 2004 entry draft because his birthday fell 2 days after the cutoff for the '03 draft. This sent teams into a frenzy before the draft, with some arguing that Ovechkin should be eligible for the 2003 entry draft, citing that if not for leap years, he would actually be 4 days older and therefore ahead of the cutoff. The NHL quickly shot down this argument and stood by its original ruling that Ovechkin was ineligible to be drafted in '03, which resulted in one of the wildest draft protests we've ever seen. The Florida Panthers, who were selecting 3rd overall that year, decided to draft Ovechkin anyway with some of their later round picks. So, 4 times during the 2003 NHL entry draft, the Florida Panthers called Ovechkin's name and even formally submitted him as their draft selection in the 9th round. The league obviously denied these selections, but they did allow the Panthers to pick other players after each unsuccessful attempt at drafting Ovechkin. Why did they do this, you might ask? Well, aside from trying to stick it to the league and the technicality that denied some teams a chance at one of the greatest players to ever play the game, the Panthers' hope was that an arbitration hearing would potentially overturn the league's policy, deeming Ovechkin eligible and therefore a rightful draft selection of Florida. No hearing ever happened, however, which left Ovechkin to be selected #1 overall in the following draft, and the rest is history. The question begs to be asked though, what would have happened if Alexander Ovechkin was drafted by the Florida Panthers?